So I'm gonna start with the drone, since he seems like the pretty basic bad guy fodder. Now, way back, okay, there was something about this that got me in my subconscious, and I'm wondering, what is it that makes me feel familiar with this? And then I remembered, this is another Linkin Park connection, at least to me. Some of my longer fans may remember a long time ago when I got this Transformer, and how it reminded me of one of the soul robots from that music video. I think it was for Cure for the Itch. You know, like you like to think you're never wrong. That one. So yeah, like this guy reminded me of the soul robot. This guy reminds me of the alien monster things that the soul robots were fighting in that music video. Like that's just the connection. That's what makes it interesting and special specifically to Wake Angel 2001. So yeah, the teenage Linkin Park fan in me just saw an appeal in this. So yeah, like I said, the guy has he's cast mostly in a purplish plastic, but has some kind of silver overspray, making him look wet and greasy, like an alien from a horror movie. And articulation is pretty basic, just swivels at the shoulders and hips, and the head is on a swivel too. It's attached at a weird angle. So articulation is pretty basic on these guys. He comes with a single gun, which, although simply cast in this tealish plastic, is pretty well detailed and molded. It's a pretty interesting looking sci-fi gun. And there are some peg holes on various parts of the figure, like notably on his arms and on his back. The accessories that he can wield when you purchase his specific accessory pack include a second gun, also kind of interesting looking. According to the description, it's probably the grabber. It shoots a piercing projectile that hooks the enemy and then pulls them close. So this is like a grapple that shoots out, hooks into someone and pulls them in. So you can get a scorpion, get over here. And it fits very neatly into his hand. He can wield his guns and they fit perfectly, and they aren't wobbly or loose or fall or anything. Then you have his other weapons, the acid spitter and the spike launcher. I'm guessing this one's the spike launcher because of all those spikes. And it simply pegs into this little hole in his back. And I think it's mostly because of the big feet that this character has, but he stands perfectly fine even with this gigantic backpack on him. I gotta push him a little further away from the camera because I'm already zoomed out as far as I can go. So yeah, very, very nice. I know this video might seem a little over long, but I am reviewing an entire toy line in one shot. Although, if it seems like it's reaching the end, then that's probably because I decided to cut this video apart into pieces. Who knows, I may have decided to start the video with this part of the review, so you actually saw a preview video before. I don't know, I haven't done the editing yet. So yeah. It looks pretty cool when he has these backpack weapons installed. Very, very cool thing. And I can actually see myself buying several of these guys, buying 3 of them so that one can be just left as a drone commander, and then the other 2 have these weapons mounted on their backs. This is a very army buildable figure. And at the price of $1, it'll be very easy to just buy a bunch of these and army build them. So yeah, I can totally see the appeal of this as a toy line. This totally works, and this kind of looks cool. It is cool looking. It's cool looking, and it's very cheap. What more can you want, right? That should be enough. Up next is the Brute. This guy kind of looks like a huge beefed up version of the drone. His head swivel is kind of attached at a weird angle. Kind of reminds me of that rock guy from Thor, except the giant mandibles. He's really cool looking. He basically has the same body type as the drone, Like he's cast in that same purple plastic, but with that silver wash that makes him look wet and greasy. He comes with this freaking huge gun, frankly. It's pretty impressive. Little bit of mold flash right there. That's not a big deal. Like, that's the worst of the mold flash I found on these figures, and it's just a little string on the hip. So, considering what I normally find at dollar stores, that's actually quite amazing. The accessory pack you can buy for him comes with 3 other guns, all of which can easily be put into his hand. Just slide that right in there. I think this gun actually looks a lot cooler. Look at that. What's the long skinny one? The Burrower. It shoots a bioblast that clings and burrows into an enemy, attacking nerve clusters. Let's see. Then he has the 2 blue guns. So I can get the purple ones out. There's this epic looking device. I think that's the trigger on the top. So this thing shoots like, wait, is that right? Hold on, did I put it upside down? This one's a little bit more awkward. There we go. Now it's in there. It's a little more awkward because it's like above and below the hand. That would be the core blaster. It gathers in this core and then shoots out. You know, high damage, low accuracy. It's kind of like an alien grenade launcher. And like, look at that. Like, looks like it's made out of crackling energy. Very, very detailed sculpt despite not having any paint. And then the last one, the Zapper. I guess his name implies it like shoots. Yep, it shoots an energy ball that bounces around and jumps from enemy to enemy. So if you want to mass electrocute a whole bunch of people, you use this thing. So yep, all the weapons easily slide right into the hands. He's convincingly holding them. He can be taken a step, but so yeah, like very cool little alien figure. All the joints are very sturdy. He can hold his guns up without his arms flopping back down by their weight. And again, this is another thing you might want to army build, like maybe buy 1 for each gun. That would be kind of fun. So yeah, very army buildable, very cool looking figure. Like, I approve. And last but not least of the alien faction, the Kharn, is their Synthoid. Which I will admit is probably the most eye-catching one on the store shelves. So, yeah, the Synthoid is it's a pretty interesting looking figure. You can actually see how it is like a robot built to the sensibilities of an alien species with the way the legs go. And you can see how it has like some organic looking parts, but also if you're getting close, you can see technological Greeble too. It doesn't have that. It also doesn't have that wet look that the more organic aliens do, which makes sense because this is a mechanical construct. It's a robot. You don't want it to be all wet and greasy. The legs are perfectly articulated, just like any of the others. I like how they have little peg holes in the bottom, like somewhere out there's stands for these things. The arms are a little bit hard to move, like because they are designed to slide out. So since they slide out, it can sometimes be hard to swivel them around. The right arm is a whole blade-looking thing. It's like a big old sword arm. But one of the extra arms that comes in the upgrade pack is a hand arm to be symmetrical to the other. So if you want your Synthoid to have 2 hands, there you go. So yeah, like there's a legitimate reason to want to buy the upgrade set so that he can have 2 arms and go, what me worry? Of course, if you want him to have less of a need to like hold things and more of a need to murder the crap out of everything, you can swap out this. What is this? The needle arm. It's a close range combat attachment that lets him stab things. Yeah. And then I think the one with the hand is simply called a trap arm. Like, okay, additional dexterity. Okay, yeah, like we just call those hands, folks. You don't need to call it the trap arm. And then he has these two pieces, which are not the same color as his arms, but rather the body. That's because they're designed to peg in on the back here. So you just stick that there, and that there, and that... That makes him look pretty freaking cool. Now he has like laser pods coming out of his back. Like, look at that. That's cool. Battle arms, energy-based shoulder-mounted cannons. It increases long-range attack. Like, that's pretty cool. So with all these swappable features, this is probably the most army buildable of them all. I can probably see you buying like a half a dozen of these and giving every single permutation of arm combination. Like you can have one that just has two hands, like it's doing manual labor. You can have another one with a sword equipped, or like you can. Wait, what would happen if you put what was meant to be a right arm and put it in the left arm socket? Kind of still works. You can give one two sword arms. You can give one two needle arms. Like go nuts. This is with the literal arm swapping gimmick. This is probably the most customizable of the entire series. It's quite frankly kind of great. This is a really cool one. I also kind of like how it kind of has some aesthetics that remind me of like a shark and a spaceship at the same time. So yeah, this is a very nice, perfectly serviceable, totally cool looking robo-alien thing. And I kind of want to army build them because they're kind of awesome. Like Final Faction, a cheap way to army build. Like if you imagine. I've seen some people who bought like 3 or 4 Vehicons back when Transformers Prime was the thing, so that they could like do army building. Like a Vehicon is like $15 to $20 each. These are $1, and the upgrade sets to give them their weapons, another $1. You can totally just buy a whole bunch of these. Like you can buy literally, even if you bought as many weapons packs as you bought robots, you could buy 10 of these things and their weapon accessories for the price of a single Vehicon back when they were new. Oh god, I'm kind of loving this series. I am. And you know what? I think I decided what I'm going to do for the editing here. I'm going to do a separate video for the human heroes. So yeah, we'll be back for that.